Okay, we're back with the lovely Misty on yet another guided tour of Norath. Schedule for today will be the Commonlands, but I figured, hey, you know what? We did Kino, so we might as well do Freeport too. Let's zoom it out. That's Freeport. Ooh, look at that. Freeport, yay! Anyways, we're in South Freeport right now, and that's where we're going to be starting it. See some lovely Lucanic guards walking back and forth, keeping the city safe from the Kino scum with their disgusting ideals of what the hell is wrong with that guy. Okay, I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh well. So we got globes and all that great stuff. Broker, banker, some various merchants. South Freeport, yay! Oh yeah, we also got some housing and such up here. We'll just kind of spin around here and go up the stairs here. All right. You may see little purple shinies on the ground. That's because we got some sort of festival thing going on right now. It moves around, the festival. You know, whichever city it's... What's that knocking sound? It's coming from behind me, but there's not a wall behind me, so yeah. Anyways, housing portals. Yay! You can go to your prestige houses here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the festival. There's a festival that rolls around and bases itself in the various cities, and whichever city it's based in has a special collection during its stay. It's basically just, well, actually, no, basically about it. It's a collection that will get you a mailbox for your home in the style of whichever city the collection is based in. So right now we get a Freeport mailbox. Yay! Anyways, that's South Freeport right there. I can look. Where am I? Here I am. Yeah, there's East Freeport right here, North Freeport, West Freeport. It's kind of strange when you think about it. You think it would make like a cross with West, East, Central, South, and North. But no. West, East, South, North. Not much to say about South Freeport. That's where the housing portal is. Again, there's bank, broker, and all that, but you can find those pretty much everywhere. Hey, look, there's one of those things I was mentioning. Freeport note paper. Uh-oh. Those guards are scary. They're not really scary. I'm mentored down. As you'll recall, we did the Obelisk of Axel together, and I never unmentored. Anyways, now we're in West Freeport. This is where the crafting headquarters is, or at least the coalition. Yeah, there it is, the Coalition of Tradesfolk. This is the crafting guild of Freeport. Kind of like the Iron Forge Exchange, only, well, not Kino's. General goods, broker. Let's see, we got all the little stations in here. Hey, there's the Master Sage. Now we're in the building on the other side of that little section. Crafting merchant. They give you all the faction gear. Lo and behold, that's the crafting section. Slightly more important than the Fighters Guild, which is that building right there in front of us. There's the Execution Plaza, where they regularly execute traders. Toss them in this little pit here. See? Nice little execution pit. We can toss them in, showing off what a badass he is or something. Let's see. Lucanic Knights. Yeah, Lucanic Knight right there. They're the badasses of Freeport. Well, they used to be the badasses of Freeport. There's a bigger badass in town now. The Wraith Guard. Now, it's been a long time since I fought the Wraith Guard, a couple of years at least, but the last time I fought them, they actually aren't killable because they don't take damage. So, yeah. I don't know if that's changed or not. Hey, look. Check out that cool little mount. It's the stables, as you can tell. It's where you buy mounts. There's also a big bank right here, this building. Yeah, very pretty. Oh, that is the Coliseum. Or the arena, I should say. That's where PvP takes place. At least it was a special feature they added in. Hey, look, there's a guard. A special feature they added in a long time ago where they had various PvP games. I never actually played any of them, so I couldn't tell you what they're all like, but it wasn't just your standard walk in, beat the hell out of each other, but they actually had little types of games that you would play. I believe this takes you, yeah, this is the Battlegrounds teleporter. Battlegrounds and the arena are not the same thing, although, wait, the store doesn't seem to be usable anymore, so I wonder if they got rid of it. Possibility, I never really got into it very much. The Battlegrounds were way cooler. There's some nice little, this is a police state, by the way. This is what America's turning into right now. Yes, the sewers. If you're good and you need to sneak into Freeport, you're going to want to use the sewers. Or you can take your chances with the guards, but I would rather fuck with the Kinos Royal Guard than the Wraith Guard any day. Dreadnoughts Plaza. This is where the Dreadnoughts are fighting. They're one of the tough guys. They're kind of like the monks of Freeport, or I should say the bruisers of Freeport. So you got your little racial mentors. They give you special racial quests that you can do for a little trinket. That trinket will have some little frilly foo-foo power that it gives you. Like, for example, if you're human and you do the human mentor quest over here, you'll get a Soulfire. Wait, is that the name of it? Yeah, Soulfire, which is Lucan's old sword that he lost. But you'll have a Soulfire saber circling around you, and if you do the Kinos one with the human, you'll get the Kinos Claymore that circles around you. It's just a little illusion thing. It just goes around you in a circle like this. It orbits you. If you use the item, that is. Obviously, if you don't use the item, it won't do that. So yeah, this is West Freeport. Not a whole lot to talk about here. Just a city zone. West Freeport's where you find the crafters. South Freeport is where you find the housing. North Freeport is where you find the priests and the mages guild. And East Freeport is where you will find, also there's the Overlord's Plaza. It's kind of the castle of Kinos, only this is the Freeport floating stronghold. Lucan's in there. Oh, I'm sorry, the Overlord is in there. Yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, East Freeport. And East Freeport is where you'll find the, well, you know, I'm not really sure what exactly. East Freeport is basically Kinos Harbor. You've got some, oh, yes, you'll find the mercenaries.
Yes, hello, I'm
Oops. That's a mercenary. If you see that little thing above someone's head. This is the warrior mercenary. And if you go into the back here, you'll find a couple more. But there's also a staircase that leads down into the mercenaries. What do they call this thing? The Den of Mercenaries? Mercenaries for Hire. It's the little instant zone. Or not instant. It's just a little, I don't even know why they made it a separate zone. It's basically you have to zone in, but it's just a little room with a bunch of mercenaries that you can hire, including the mercenaries that are not technically evil. All the mercenaries that you found and hired will show up there, so you can swap them out without having to sneak into the other cities. For example, if you want a paladin, you have to go to Kinos, but if you've already gone to Kinos, you don't have to do it again. You just have to go down there. Alright, and here's the Chronomancers. Like I said, this is just the equivalent of Kinos Harbor. Consider it Freeport Harbor. We got, oh, yes, we have some. There's a Mender and the Reforger, yeah. Here's the city merchants. Collection NPC. Loyalty merchants. Damn it, I'm getting stuck on everything today. You can buy special stuff with the loyalty tokens. So, yeah. We don't really need to go to North Freeport. It's pretty much all of the stuff that we've been seeing. So, without further ado, let's get to the Commonlands, shall we? Well, the Commonlands. Let's get this tour started. I suppose I could talk about the Overlord for a bit, but not really a lot to say about him. He used to be a paladin of the Order of Mar? I think it was the Order of Mar. Anyways, he betrayed them for power, and became the overlord, took over Freeport, kicked all the good people out. Let's see, peace through unity, unity through Lucan. He's a badass. He's undead. He's an arch-revenant, whatever the hell that means. Apparently it means you're really freaking powerful, and it has a very high failure rate. 98% of the people who undergo the Wraithguard process, which is like a diet overlord, don't survive. But anyways, here we are on the docks of Commonlands. Over there, you'll see the guild hall. That's the Commonlands Tier 3 guild hall. Well, Tier 3 and Tier 4. Like mine, but on the evil side. And here we have a festival thing. So it's a race. You just zip through those as fast as you can. You get prizes and cool stuff like that. But we're not interested in that because we're checking out the Commonlands. Alright, you come up here. The Commonlands is basically a giant savannah. Woo, look at this. Here's Freeport is over here. There's some gates. Actually, Freeport's off the map here. But, yeah. City of Freeport. Graveyard. That's one of those starting districts, kind of like in Kinos. And then down here, the Sprawl, also one of the starting districts. The City of Freeport. Yeah, I think that's West Freeport there. Yeah, West Freeport. Okay, so let's head over here towards the graveyard entrance. You'll find a lot of undead orcs. Orcs are the they're the chef special for the Commonlands. Antonica, they got gnolls. Well, Commonlands, we've got orcs. But really, the cities aren't that much different. Freeport is like all about freedom and lots of bigotry, honestly. If you ever do the actual betrayal quest, the flavor text from NPCs is very telling. Okay, that's where the graveyard is. You come out, and this is the old like siege field where the orcs were completely and utterly annihilated, but they keep coming back to life. No! Spectral defenders, spectral orcs, yeah, all sorts of cool stuff. Oh, ostrich, oh, I'm sorry, Volrix. It's like a really pissed off ostrich. Hi, what's up? Yeah, they're not talking to me. They're kind of stuck up. Oh, my nose itches. Alright, here we come up to Dog Pond. The Dog Pond. It's called that because of all these little carrion dog dudes over here. Yeah, hyenas, jackals, whatever. Here they are. Alright, so now we're at the northern cross. Oh, look who it is. It's Nathaniel Marr, the avatar of a god of valor. The Truthbringer himself. So it's possible that Zek may still spawn in Zek. I don't know. I mean, Zek is dead, so check him out. What's up? How's it going? Always great talking to you, Myth. Okay, yeah, he's the father of like the barbarians and the froglocks, and he's the sister or the brother to the goddess of love, or Lissimar. That is West Freeport right there. You'll find some NPCs along the street there. They got some quests for you. Hey, look, we got some more beetles. We got some snakes and all sorts of cool stuff like that. But moving right along. As you can see, there was a war here. Big war. Or at least a battle. So the Crossroads Savannah, we're coming over here to, I think it's Turmoil Cemetery? Maybe? It's been a while since I've been over here. Something Cemetery. I think it's Turmoil. Find out in a minute. Executioner Selindi. Yep, Turmoil Cemetery. Executioner Selindi, part of the original Betrayal quest. They've changed quite a bit. Betrayal quests are basically, I want to be a such and such, insert race here, but I want to be a such and such, insert race restricted class here. For example, oh yes, let's get something clear. Mistel is not an RSI. I want to clarify this. She's not an RSI. Isn't it? Tell us what she is in here. Let's see it. Let's look. Here we go. Level 95. Fae Shadow Knight. I want to clarify that point. She's not an RSI. She is a Fae. I made her before the RSI existed because I was sick of waiting on Sony. They kept saying, we're working on it. Not good enough, jerks. I wanted to be an RSI Shadow Knight, but they were dragging their feet, so I said, screw this, and I made a Paladin and betrayed. And then I wanted balance, so later on I made an RSI Shadow Knight. Oh, shut up, Boris. They're having trouble with the orcs. So here's the hunter of the orcs. And Tonica has a hunter of orcs, too. Actually, I think they have all three, Hunter, Destroyer, and Slayer. Anyways, as I was saying, so then I made an RSI Paladin and betrayed to, or RSI Shadow Knight and betrayed to Paladin, but I later deleted that character because I had a slight imbalance. It looked super great. I had a slight imbalance of races on my roster. So, yeah. Anyways, here are the Blood Skull orcs. Lots and lots of orcs. They don't like Freeport. Freeport doesn't like them, so it's, yeah, everything works out. We're going to ignore the orcs for now, though, go through some more spiders, because we're going over towards the crossroads. Where's the crossroads? There they are. Where am I at? Right there. I've got the EQ2 Maps mod, which puts POIs on your maps and lets some of the zones that don't have maps actually have maps. And to be honest, I don't know why some of those zones don't have maps. There wasn't really a reason to not give you a map for them. But as you can see, it gets a little clustered. All sorts of stuff in there because people will report stuff, and sometimes they report stuff that's just stupid. Like, there is a random spawn item that may or may not spawn at this location. Yeah, and it may or may not spawn at any other point on the fucking map. I don't think each and every coordinate needs its own personal marker. That's just dumb. And that's why you get a map like this, cluttered all the fuck. Anyways, this is the crossroads. Not really sure what to compare it to. Antonica doesn't really have a crossroads. They have a bunch of little outposts here and there, but Commonlands seems to have all those outposts rolled into one. This is the crossroads. It's just a little merchant hub place. Guards are there, merchants over there, stuff like that. The city festival is right over there. You can see the lights. So now if we go down here, I'm going to show you two particular little POIs. Remember, that's point of interest. Now this is actually where Mar used to spawn, but as you see, he's down by the gates now. He used to spawn right over here. These statues are important. These statues are important, but only for like one quest. Anyways, but what I really wanted to show you was the Griffin Tower, because the Commonland has a Griffin Tower. I have a couple Griffin Towers.
Well met.
Check them out. Freeport, Nectalos, Hidden Canyon. Alright, Nectalos, remember that's basically the thundering steps of the Commonlands. Alright, so we're here. Freeport's here, Turmoil Cemetery, Dog Pond, Crossroads, I can't remember the name of this lake. Well, that one for that matter. Now, so down here, all the way along here is Orc territory. Befallen, you'll remember I did a little lore thing on Stormhold and Befallen. Well, this is Befallen down here. Alright, and then we have this nice little plain over here. The ruins of Valmar are here. Those little statues I mentioned, they're basically right here, and there's another one out over... I'm not sure exactly where, but it's somewhere, I think it's around this area here. But anyways, moving right along. The ocean is out there. There are a few things of note in the ocean, but again, they're all quest related. There's a spot that you have to search for something, and well, let's not go into that now. If you're on the quest, you'll figure it out pretty quickly. Over here, Dead Man's Valley, we have some Black Shield smugglers. Obviously, it's a smuggling operation, and more Black Shields over here. There's some undead orcs called the Rinshi? No. Oh, Captain Garglass, how's it going, buddy? Shinri, there we go, not Rinshi. The Shinri orcs. Now, this is kind of the Commonland equivalent of Blackborough. This is the Wailing Caves. Right here, Wailing Caves. I actually like this zone better than Blackborough, though I like Stormhold better than Fallen Gate. I'm not sure how to put it into words why I like it better. I think it's just a little, I think it's neater. I think it's a tidy little zone. You're going to be finding a lot of orcs in there. Some of them are undead, some of them are not. Other critters in there too, but mostly it's an orc stronghold. And then we come over here, some nomads. Got a little camp over here. Hey guys, how's it going? Yep, there's a Slayer orcs. The titles, they go Hunter, Slayer, Destroyer. It's at 500, 10,000, and or wait, or was it 500? 5,000? I don't remember. It's been so long. Terathud is not up. I don't think he exists. I have not seen him in a very, very long time. He's a little earth elemental that stood up here. There was a quest that you had to, well, it's that race quest that I've mentioned a couple of times. One of them has you run up to the top of this mountain. Terathud is basically a short, stubby little one of those guys that would just be standing here like, and as soon as you came up this path, he would then punt you halfway across the zone because that boy was like the grandfather of knockback. But I haven't seen him in forever, and I'm sad because he was cool. Shiv Lane. Here's this little lake with all these lovely guardians. Hey, look, Wizard Spire. Got some black wolves over here. See, a little Wizard Spire, very nice. Got some little wisps, lots of wisps. And if you continue in this direction, crossing Shiv Lake and following the, oh, do I see players? I think I see some players. Yes, I do. I see some players. Anyways, cross that bridge and then follow this highway here. Mind the lions and the orcs. That is the entryway to Darklight Wood, which is where the city of Neriak can be found. It was added on later on, so it was not originally part of the Commonlands. But yeah, that's another starting area, evil starting area. That's the home of the Dark Elves. Allied loosely with Freeport, but a place like Freeport can't truly have allies. They don't trust anyone. They're always waiting to be betrayed and looking for their chance to be the betrayer. So yeah. Freeport's about power. It's all about power. Here's the Nectalos station. There's that one lake. Dead Horse Valley. Yeah, you're going to run into some rhinos, some elephants, and some less aggressive animals. Over there you're going to have a lot of undead. That's, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of that tower. There's some necromantic research going on over here. There's also a zone in this tower. Ah, Zarvon. There's a zone in this tower. It's a little raid zone. It's, yeah. Not much to say about it. Fight a lich. That's all I really remember. There is a druid ring. Not quite as, door to door with the Wizard Spire as it is in Antonica, but it's over here somewhere along with the start of a heritage quest. This little guy, I bet, is the starter. Yep, Lightbringer Wisp. He used to be fairly rare. Now he's not anything remotely close to rare. Kill him, he'll drop a light stone, and that starts you on the way to get a nice little heritage item. But look, Druid Ring, see? Taking you to Druid Rings all around the world, and in some places not in the world. Okay, wrapping up the tour of the Commonlands. I admit it's kind of a haphazard tour, but the Commonlands is just kind of one of those zones. Oh, Ramanai! Yeah, he's part of that Lightbringer quest over there. He looks a little more majestic than he normally does. I think they might have upgraded his character model. So let's head over to the ruins of Valmar. Valmar's over here. That's Valmar right there in front of us, in fact. there's just a whole lot of running around that you can do. There are quests in the various areas that tend to advance you slowly through the zone. They'll focus on one area, kill this, get the next quest, kill this, which is just a little bit further out than the first this, get the next one, and that one's a little further still, etc., until next thing you know, you're on the next area working on those quests. The Ruins of Almar, and where's that guy? Yeah, High Priest of Almar. He's also one of that Lightbringer quest. There's another little cemetery here. Oh look! Inspect this. Ah! The remains appear to be those of a knight. Alright. Sword surrounded by flames. I mentioned a quest that sends you out after those knights. Well, yeah, that's one of them. Here's the other one of those little statues I mentioned. What's this? Oh, it's just a chip shard of alteration. There's some more beetles over here. There's also some monitor lizards over there. We have some, I guess you can call them slums. These little groups of houses. We got a group of Karens living in one, and a group of Rotanga living in the other, cats and mice. And they don't really get along. Although there was a lovely little love story between it's like a Romeo-Juliet thing going on between a rat and a cat. It's kind of cute. Oh, yes, very cute, see? Yeah, they're taunting. Look at them. Look at them showing them what it's all about. Then over here you got the Rotanga. And there's Zaza. Wait, didn't you used to be in Freeport proper? I don't know. They move things all the time, so yeah. Yay, look. Lots of them. Some of them are names, some of them are just whatever. Nothing important about them. Again, it's just flavor stuff. I think this is the one in love with one of them over there. I don't remember exactly, but one of them, yeah. I want you to carry some notes and stuff. Theirs is a love affair, spoiled by cholesterol. Sorry, couldn't resist. Alright, back to the more Blood Skull Orcs. They have a nice little zone over here that you can break into called Moloch's Stronghold. It's kind of the same as Fire Mist Gully. I briefly pointed that out in the Antonican tour. It's basically the same thing. There's a raid zone, there's a heroic zone, there's a what's the word, crafting zone. And no, that's not him. Well, there are some orc officers in the area. Oh, that's right, he's over here. Some of them roam around with their entourages. There's a general in this tower over here, and I believe the lieutenant is this tower? Yeah, lieutenant. There used to be an access quest to get into Moloch's Stronghold. No more. I believe all you have to do is talk to an NPC outside twice and he'll let you in. In fact, why don't we go take a look so you can see what I'm talking about. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Maybe not. This does not look to be... No, this is not it. Yeah, this is just like some little offshoot thing. There are a couple of quests that take you in here if you have the patience for them. Generally, by the time I reach the quests that take me in here, I'm already ready for Nectalos Forest, so I just go ahead and move on. One of these days I'm going to come back and finish them all. And get a kind of a cool looking cloak if you do. Well, if you finish 50 quests for Antonica, Commonlands, and so many quests for all the other zones in the Shatterlands. It's an achievement. And sometimes you just want to do an achievement. So, moving right along, we come down this path. There we go. Yeah, this is the one. This will take you to the Blood Skull Valley, also known as Moloch's Stronghold. The different zones have different names for them. The NPC that you need to talk to is this guy right here, Freeport Militia. Anyways, you'll go inside here. You know what? Let's show you what it looks like. I didn't actually take you inside the other one, so I'll show you this one. This is the excavation site. I think this is just the basic one. Although we're still waiting for the zone server, which, well, Oh, no, here it goes. Sometimes it's a little slow. Sometimes it means it's going to drop you. So, yeah. Yeah. Moloch Stronghold looks the same. Only stronger. Stronger enemies. I believe they started around level 20, 25 in Moloch Stronghold. And if you stay in Moloch Stronghold long enough, and when I say long enough, I don't just mean time-based, but also event-based, it becomes a raid zone. They will start sending big guys after you that come from here. But yeah, this is also what the raid zone looks like. Orcs everywhere, names to fight, etc., etc. I think there's even some quests that you can do. There's another raid zone that's not a it's not like Moloch Stronghold. It actually is a flat-out raid zone when you come in, but it's for another quest. It was for an in-game quest at the time, not anymore, obviously, but it was a fairly lengthy quest. It culminated in fighting a dragon and getting some cool loot and getting a sparkly sword. And everyone knows that sparkly swords are awesome. In fact, do I have that sparkly sword on me? No. Oh, wait. Check my appearance gear. No, I got the ATOC replica. Uh-oh. What was that noise? Someone's logged in? Yep, melee. I mentioned that other raid guild I was in. He's in that guild too. Alright, so that pretty much wraps it up. Befallen is right around the corner there. So if you saw the lore video for Befallen, then you know it's over there. Here we got some undead everywhere. Yay, look at all this undead. Really neat. Rose of Kaltorsis again. As you know, just over here in the little Druid Plain areas where you're going to find the Druid Ring. Oh, wait, there is one more thing I need to show you. The far western edge, this whole area right here. Alright, now, on this side of this highway is where you're going to run into some more Volrics. But if you keep going this way, oh look, Rumblers. Rumblers. Lots of Rumblers. They're not the important part. You're going to run into... what are these guys called again? I cannot remember. It's a pirate group. The Dervishes, thank you. Yes, Dervishes. Yapping Maze. Okay, this is a Dervish... I don't really want to call it a stronghold. I guess you can call it a hideout. It's a Dervish hideout. And as you go further through the Yapping Maze, you're going to come across some elemental golem type dudes. Or dervishes. They've got this area locked down. Most of those golems are going to be to the left on the other side of this ridge over here. I'm actually going down this middle path because there's someone I want you to meet who may or may not cooperate. But anyways, let's take a look. Oh, there's one of them golems now, Sandstone Giants. I mentioned the fight I had with Sony to get a bug reported. This is where it all started, these guys right here. This guy, Layden. Yeah. Layden and Anguis. Anguis was the one I mentioned in my Antonica video, the one who was not up at the time over by the ruins of Kaltorsis. He's one of these guys. These guys are exiles. I don't remember all the lore about them. They kind of did like a little mini lore piece on them when they added them to the game. They used to be raid mobs. Only ×2, I think. Pretty sure it's just ×2. I don't think they were ×4. But now they're just heroics. They're not too tough. 22, triple up. You don't really need a full group to kill them. I can solo them with some characters, and others, well, one person helping slightly is all it takes. Excuse me. But anyways, that's Layden. He's up a lot more often than Anguis is. I don't know why Anguis is so shy. But continuing through the Yapping Maze, we're coming out into the Stormhold alternative. Fallen Gate. This used to be part of Neriak, but during the Cataclysm it like all collapsed and stuff, so why don't we go inside real fast and just give you a quick brief tour. There's not much to see, honestly. It's mostly just a cave system with some falling down buildings. Lots of undead, zombies, skeletons, ghosts. Let's see. There's a. I don't know what she. I don't know what she is. There's a thingy in the. Remember the Tomb of Valor? Well, their equivalent is where you fight some person thing. I'm not sure what she is. Necromancer Lich, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, Thexians. Thexian. That's a faction that has to do with the city of Neriak. There's the gate. This area here goes nowhere. There's just a named dude right around here. Thexian Dragoons, and then this guy. All the Fallen, yeah, Lord Actarnus. With some cloud thing there. Not sure if that's supposed to be like dark energy from necromancy, or if that's just a lot of dust being raised because they're hammering. I couldn't tell you. It's not really important either way. Okay, so after you pass the gate, which is probably the most impressive structure in the zone, basically you're looking at the rest of the zone right here. It's all going to look like this, with the occasional open section. With, thank you. Yeah, you'll find little open rooms like this with some of these types of falling apart buildings. And here, I'll show you a map. This is one of those places that didn't have a map. I don't know why. You start here, you come in here to the first gate. Here's this room. Come in here. There's going to be some merchant houses and stuff over here. I guess this was kind of like well, I can't call it an open air bazaar, but it's the same kind of idea. And then as you get deeper in here, you will find the Vault of the Fallen. Thank you, that's the name of it. Yeah, that's basically the Tomb of Valor version of this zone. The further you get, you're going to start running into like ogres and trolls. They're dead, of course. There's golems too, lots of golems, and ghosts and skeletons galore. And then boom, right here. Once you reach that point, well, yeah. I'm not going to go through the whole zone because there's really not much point to doing it. Once you've seen this far, you've seen basically all there is to see. So it's a lot of this. I like Stormhold better because Stormhold, I don't know, I like the look and the feel of the zone better. I mean, there's not really a lot you can do with a collapsed cave system. That's all there is to it. But yeah, looking at the map though, the Norath map. Alright. Neriak is over here. Alright. So, well here, let's get out of here so I can show you what I mean. But, that's pretty much the end of the Commonlands Tour. We'll just take you up to the Nectalos gates real fast, which is just a little north of where Fallen Gate is. Taste that delicious Pepsi. Alright, so, Commonlands. I wonder if I can fly over these mountains. Yeah, it looks like I can. Oh, nope. Nope, there's a ceiling there. Alright, so here, let's stop. So here's the Commonlands. Here's Freeport. Nectalos Forest is right there. I'm guessing that the gates here take us through a cave system or something, because there seems to be some mountains between where it starts and where it, well, starts. I like how they did the map. How you can see the detail where the roads come out and whatnot. It's a nice touch. But moving right along to the exit, there's Leyden right over there. Yeah, Void Incursion Point. I mentioned how everything was leading up to later expansions. Well, here's your first hint. They're from the Void. And interesting thing to note, this actually is where a portal to one of the later zones from the original release, they have a a security system. It's a rotating portal. It goes from Commonlands to Nectalos to Enchanted Lands to Zek to Thundering Steppes to Antonica, and they might even have. Actually, I'm pretty sure they. Oh no, the portal in the Hurrah is not rotating. But yeah, any one of those zones I named, they can have a portal up, which will take you directly to the zone. We'll get to that zone eventually. But it was a void zone, and it's kind of a cool zone. It's still got some lore there that may not be well known. I didn't know that there was as many lore quests as there are in there, but yeah, this is Nectalos Forest right here. Now you'll notice over here, Darklight Wood goes this way. So let's take a look. Current lands. Yeah, let's get Delir. Here we go. Alright, so this is the Commonlands. And there's Freeport over here. This is kind of like an exploded view of this. It's not that Freeport goes up. We can clearly see it doesn't. But yeah, here's Darklight Wood, Neriac, Nectalos. But going here, you go to Norath. Here's Nectalos right here. Neriac's right about there, and Fallen Gate would be right about there. So yeah, Neriac must have been a pretty big underground city. Alright, let's move on into Nectalos. Yeah, I think that's a good point to break off. This is basically going to be the Thundering Steppes of the evil side. I don't like calling it the evil side so much, but that's kind of the flavor they went with when they first released the game. So yeah, that was the Commonlands. Like I said, it was kind of a rambly tour, but it's kind of the nature of the zone. The quests are fairly linear and do move you in a line to each successive area, but at the same time, your rate of progression is such that by the time you are about a little past halfway through one area's chain, you're ready for the next area. So a lot of people, myself included, tend to just do the quest until they're strong enough to stick to this area. So, you know, you're in the Commonlands, over by Freeport, suddenly you're in the crossroads, and the next thing you know what? I'm strong enough to take on these orcs, so I'm not gonna wait for them to send me here. I'm just gonna start questing here, etc., etc. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. And next time we will talk about Nectalos Forest, which I have quite a few stories about. Most of them involve me flipping off the screen because, well, I'll just tell you now. A long time ago, a lot of people would ask, "What is your record for debt, experience debt?" I've never spoken to anyone who had as much debt as I did because I actually reached the cap. Partially it was my fault, but for the most part it was this guy's fault. I don't even remember the guy's name. I just remember that asking him for help was one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. I'll tell you about it in the next video. So thanks for watching, and catch you next time.